Yo, what's going on guys? Specs here, and the largest Universal Tower Defense update is finally here, and there is so much stuff to do. The first thing I wanted to do though is interact with a bunch of the Bleach content. So today, that's exactly what we will be doing. Obtaining units like Ichigo, Yhwach, and a couple other Bleach units. Before the video begins, if you enjoy Universal Tower Defense videos, hit the subscribe and like button. I can promise you there will be a ton more because this update is just that massive. Alright fellas, with the epic out of the way, let's get right into it. Fellas, it is finally time. The update they said wasn't real. The update they said was never going to release is finally here over on Universal Tower Defense. And look at this absolute mountain of units released in this update. And wow, Spider-Man is a Boundless unit. Okay. He's actually got two as well. And Yhwach is also a Boundless unit. Interesting. I've got so much content to work through, man. Let's start with the Bleach stuff. Whoa, dude, look at the quest menu here. This is completely different. Oh, well, this is cool. They have a brand new team game mode here, similar to the Record of Ragnarok update, I would assume. I've never watched Bleach. I've only watched like the 20th episode, so I don't even know which side is the coolest. I'm gonna pick Yhwach because I like his design. He looks really cool. Wow, dude, I don't know if the recording software is picking it up, but the menus are so much smoother, man. That is so much nicer. And I can have more unit storage. Yes. Oh, only up to 300. But hey, man, we'll take it. 50 extra unit slots is very good. Oh, I can't believe how smooth the menus are, man. Every time I would open up my inventory, it would like lag like crazy. It was bad. But I should be able to go ahead and evolve Ichigo into his Boundless form after I get the Hollow Essence as well as the Moonless Blade. I don't know how to get the Hollow Essence, but the Moonless Blade drops from the Moonless Sky Rift Tear. Oh, okay, this is awesome. So to get Yhwach as well, you need to do the Reaper Tear. Like, he drops from here as well. Great. Well, let's go ahead, load in here. Okay, we got a little bit of a cutscene here. Ichigo's pulling up. I really want to get into Bleach just for 1,000-Year Blood War. I think that's what it's called, right? The animation looks absolutely ridiculous on that show. But it's a lot to get through, man. Isn't it like 200 or 300 episodes to get up to that point? I don't know. I could be wrong. Yeah, I went ahead, brought in my team that I would typically use for the Beast Gohan Rift. Hopefully, I'm strong enough to get through this. There's actually so much to do in this update, man. It's almost like overwhelming. But I do want to get the 2 Boundless units as well as maybe some of like the banner units. We'll see. I've like saved a ton of gems as well as event currency. I could be wrong and I might be glazing for no reason, but the stability on this game feels way better as well, man. Like typically I feel like the game would run like really poorly. Like I'm getting like 40 or 50 frames, which is really not good, especially for a Roblox tower defense game. That's terrible. Even if I'm running on like max settings. Right now, this is easily 120. Like it is smooth. But we all know how tears are in this game. It's going to be super normal, basically just like a regular story or raid stage, and then once we get to the final wave, the boss will spawn and a bunch of different gimmicks will happen. For the Gojo and Sukuna tears, you had to like run around the map and hold E on a couple of things to prevent the domain expansion from happening. And then for Beast Gohan, you had to play like a little mini game, basically just like pressing keys. You didn't even really have to do that, which I'm hoping is a similar situation here because I will eventually want to get a serialized version of Yhwach. I hope I'm saying his name correct, man. His name spelling compared to the pronunciation is so different, but I get disconnected from the server. Did my Wi-Fi go out? Oh no, dude. No, they closed the servers again, dude. Back to maintenance. Okay, we're back. The game only went down for like 10 minutes, I think. But yeah, like I was saying before, the most difficult about tears are the final boss that spawns in. So this is just going to be some like light work story stage, other than what I assume the boss will be. It's probably just going to like delete all my units, kick me from the game, take down the server again. It's over, dude. Ichigo spawns in here with 5 million HP. That's light work, bro. What's really about to happen here? Okay, 40 billion HP whenever you take down his shield. The boss has released his immense pressure. The 3 strongest units were debuffed. Wait, is all this boss going to do is debuff me? That's nothing. The boss has entered his final form. Prepare for the final stretch. The boss has been forced into his human form. He is now significantly weaker. Oh, dude, this is the freest tear of all time. Wow, that's really easy. Dude, let's go. Let me start recording the macro for this, man. That is an absolute amazing surprise. All right, cool. Macro is recorded. Now, all I'm going to do is AFK this stage until hopefully I can get a couple unit drops as well as the Moonless Blade and stuff. The drop rates on these are like pretty solid. Much better than the Beast Gohan tear on the launch of that update, for sure. Okay, so after about 1 hour of macroing, I ended up getting Yhwach here, as well as the required EVO items for Ichigo. I just don't know how to get the Hollow Essence. So let me take like a quick look around the lobby real quick. Okay, yeah, the Hollow Essence is available via the raid shop for 800 currency. That is so much, man. Hopefully they added a way to get this a little bit easier, but they didn't. That sucks, dude. dude. I'm gonna have to AFK this stage, man. I should have prepped. It is what it is. In the meantime, let's go ahead, evolve Yhwach, and then we can take him into that stage. Let's transfer some better stats. And now it's time to evolve this unit and get our very first Boundless unit for this video. And I thought I had animation skip on. Turns out I don't. And there he is. We gotta etherealize this unit. And something that is kind of cool is they just dropped a code because the server shut down that gives every single person a free ruler ticket. So I don't even have to waste rerolls on this unit. Let's go ahead, apply this, and boom, there's ruler. No second trade, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I can go ahead and use max XP food here. And for his build, I'm gonna go ahead, give him max damage, and then the full Warlord set. Cool, we're good there. And now I need to go ahead, farm the rage stage to get the hollow essence. But let's go ahead, take in Yhwach here. All right, let's go ahead, see what Yhwach can do. First of all, damage is absolutely insane. This unit is at upgrade 1 doing 28,000 damage, with it increasing as well. Okay, first of all, on attack, apply blue burn for 20% damage for every unit in range for 5 ticks. Okay, I'm not sure what blue burn is. I'm pretty sure this is a new damage over time effect. Next up, we have the Almighty. Use the active ability and choose which form this unit will enter. Self buff, gain a new passive and transfer stun and debuffs to allies in range. Other buff, gain a new passive and transfer stun and debuffs from allies to itself. Active ability with a cooldown of 30 seconds. Finally, the last passive here. This passive changes based on the form picked in the Almighty passive. This unit has stun immunity. Okay. So you upgrade him fully. He's doing 244,000 damage with a 9.28 second SBA. That is brutal. That is not very good. But this unit can transform. We can choose to buff others or we can choose to self-buff. Let's do the self-buff. Okay, now for every owned unit in range, Yhwach loses 20% damage, 20% range. Buff this unit by 35% damage with a cap of 150% per unit. Huh? He does a follow-up attack for 100% damage on stun or debuff. Remove the effect and apply it to a random ally in range, I assume. It's cut off, but I don't think I like this unit. So if I sell Beast Gohan, yeah, he gets a small bit of damage. He's also hybrid. Am I missing something? All right, let's choose the buff others passive here. Maybe this will be better because I'm not gonna lie, the buff self one, it just doesn't seem worth it at all. That actually seems awful. I guess the damage buff is kind of noticeable, but I mean, the SBA is so high, I don't even think it really matters. Okay, let's see. When an ally in range gets a debuff, the ally gains 50% damage for 10 seconds. This unit will buff allies in range based on the game mode. In world raids, he'll give units minus 30% cost, 40% damage, 30% elemental damage, and then 100% boss damage. In rifts, he'll grant 55% damage with a minus 10% SBA. In Ultra Boss, he'll give 40% damage, 50% hyper armor damage, and 75% boss damage. In raids, he grants 45% hyper armor damage, 50% damage, and then in Infinite, every wave after this unit is placed, he grants 2.5% damage, minus 1% SBA, and then in other game modes, he just grants a flat 45% damage. Okay, I mean, he is alright. Like, am I crazy? Maybe I just had, like, my expectations too high, but I don't know, man. The self-buff side is actually, like, unusable, in my opinion. Like, don't use the self-buff side. There are better units you can run than Yhwach. And the buff other side, it's fine. Like, it's good buffs, but I mean, I don't think he even does, like, any, like, status effects, right? It's not like he, like, stuns on hit or something. And, like, hot take, I really don't like whenever units do different stuff depending on the game mode, because nobody has time to remember what exactly Yhwach's gonna do in each and every single game mode, right? Like, I don't know, man. This unit seems extremely mid. Like, I guess he does do blue burn, but I don't think this, like, is a support damage over time. I think it's supposed to be, like, just a regular fire attack, because I can't see the enemies, like, freezing up or walking backwards or something like that. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I actually really hope they buff his solo route, because the support side is mid. Like, the support is mid, to be honest. I like, hot take, I prefer Fern, just because it's going to be the same every single time, and it's just going to be like a crit rate boost in anything, right? Plus, Fern has, like, the slow effect. I guess he does do a follow-up attack, like a guaranteed one every single time, but I mean, dude, a 9-second SBA? I don't know, man. Also, this kind of forces you to just run Yhwach and Yhwach alone, because for every owned unit, he's going to lose 20% damage at 20% range. Yeah, I don't know. I'm iffy on this unit. Maybe I just need to use him more. Maybe I'm, like, missing something, but I think Vegito Blue is just a way better option. But I'm going to go ahead, macro this stage for 8 billion hours until I eventually have enough raid currency to buy that Evo item for Ichigo. Okay, so it took about 2 hours, but I should have everything to go ahead and evolve Ichigo. Let's go ahead, buy the item, the Hollow Essence. There we go. Now we have it. Gosh, man, I could have saved so much time if I would have just prepared. I couldn't have known though, but still, that's tough. Now that we have everything to go ahead and evolve Ichigo, let's do it now. And there he is, or she is. Is the shiny version of this Ichigo like a gender bent version? No blessing is crazy, bro. They gotta add one in at a later date, right? Did Yhwach have a blessing? I forgot to check. He does. Okay. Dude, that aura looks sick. That looks super cool. Now, how do I want to build Ichigo? Probably just pure damage, right? Typically pretty safe. Let's go ahead, give Ichigo the Warlord set. I know in the intro I said I would get Yhwach and Ichigo and then get some of the other Bleach units, but I think I have a bit of an issue here because I think the majority of the Bleach units, if not all, you need to do the Reaper City raid. And honestly, fellas, I do not have it in me to complete all these raid stages, so I'm just going to showcase Ichigo and then probably end the video there. That way I can edit this video, then get it out to y'all as soon as possible, and then immediately start working on getting the rest of the Bleach units for their own video, like Gremmy and stuff. Anyways, let's go ahead, load into an infinite here and see what exactly Ichigo is doing. All right, let's go ahead and see what Boundless Ichigo is capable of doing in this game. On stunner debuff, ignore the stun, debuff, and counterattack for 100% damage. If the counter hasn't been triggered in 15 seconds, counterattack for 125% damage, but don't apply pressure. I really wish I knew what these like debuffs did. Like Yhwach has like the blue flame stuff. I don't know what that does. I don't know what pressure does. So unfortunately, I will have to move on without knowing what this does exactly. But the counterattack for 125% is super good. And it doesn't seem like this has like a cooldown. So Ichigo is just like stun immune, pretty solid. On max upgrade, use the active ability to enter final Moonfang form. Ichigo gains 250% damage, 50% crit rate, 250% critical damage. Release a final Moonfang attack for 650% damage. On attack, lose 10% of each buff gained in this form. When each buff is reached 0, this unit becomes unsellable and then enter human form for 30 seconds. When human form ends, return to base form with no upgrades. Then on attack, apply pressure for 10 seconds, apply confusion for 2 seconds. Enemies take 25% damage from all sources. Okay, we're getting somewhere with this. When attacking an enemy with pressure, deal an additional 50% damage. When an enemy with pressure enters half this unit's range, instantly deal 50% damage to the enemy. Oh, this unit still has another passive. On attack, release a lingering follow-up attack, deal 60% damage per second for 3 seconds. For every enemy the first hit kills, increase follow-up duration by 1 second. When follow-up ends, gains 10% crit damage with a cap of 100%, and the follow-up cooldown is 10 seconds. So I think right now I'm too tired to quite like grasp what exactly this is saying. However, I can tell this is absolutely broken. This is super duper good. Unfortunately, I don't love the whole like strong for 30 seconds and then becomes weak for 30 seconds. I don't like whenever a unit is like that. Like Zamasu, for example. Zamasu has a very similar thing where he's, you know, strong for 20 seconds and then goes into his weak state for 10 seconds, strong for 20 seconds, weak 10 seconds, just kind of back and forth in that cycle. This is way better than Zamasu though, in my opinion. Like this unit is crazy. What are the stats looking like fully upgraded? 76k with an 8.31 SPA. Keep in mind this is not like the true damage, I guess you could say, because we have the final Moonfang form that we can activate here. Now this is the damage you can expect once Ichigo transforms. Also keep in mind this unit is going to be doing follow-ups a lot, like a lot of follow-ups. I can already tell you I like this unit way more than Yhwach. Real quick, when does this unit become hybrid? Upgrade 4. Okay, not the greatest, but to be honest, I think I should stop like judging units based off of that. Like I probably shouldn't even have to bring that up because Gogeta exists, a lot of other hybrid on placement units exist, Beast Gohan exists, he's a hill unit who's like super strong. We're at a point in this game where like being hybrid on placement isn't a make or break deal anymore, at least. The only thing I'm kind of struggling to understand with this unit is the lingering follow-up attack. Like, does this mean this is like a damage over time effect, or is it like a constant follow-up that's just hitting for 60% damage every second? Oh, nice. We actually enter human form here. This unit's human form has a timer that depletes every second. Once the timer is fully depleted, this unit will be automatically replaced. Okay, cool. We get to see this as well. That cooldown time isn't that bad. Depending on how the lingering follow-up thing works, I could see this unit being better than somebody like Vegito Blue, to be honest, based off of that and everything else this unit does. The 650% nuke on top of the 50% crit rate and the 250% critical damage. Yeah, dude, this unit's ridiculous, man. This is a really good unit. If this unit isn't better than Vegito Blue, Ichigo is definitely on the same tier, at least in my opinion. Whereas Yhwach is probably like one tier down. Both units are still super good. I recommend both of them, and I'm going to sleep.